Hi, it's Diederik Gelderman here, speaker, trainer, author of 4 published books and founder of Turbocharge Your Practice. Welcome to today's blog. I've got some notes here today and I just want to go through them because I want to make sure that I get this right. Now, I don't need notes to answer this question. Do you have a purpose for your practice? Do you have a reason why you get out of bed every morning and come to work rather than that you have to get out of bed every morning to come to work? So did you start your practice with that purpose in mind? And do you hire team members based on that purpose and the fact that their purpose fits in with the practice's purpose? I'm just curious. It's a really important question. And if you did have a purpose, way back, is it still as strong as it was when you started in your practice? Or has it sort of become a little bit, diluted by time? Most practice owners that I ask that question of, they've lost that purpose, they've lost that passion, and that's inappropriate. That's what we want to talk about today. So you need a purpose or a big meaning. You could even call it a cause if you like. Now, this is, like I said, a cause, a reason, or a purpose to get out of bed every day and do what you do. It makes life so much better. We've heard the jokes, and there's a guy laying bricks, and he's laying bricks, and someone goes to interview him and says, "Look, hey, what are you doing? You're just laying bricks. It must be boring as anything." "No, I'm actually helping build a cathedral." Then there's the other old joke about, someone went and asked one of the cleaners at NASA. This is back in the when NASA was going to the moon, and they said, "Hey, you're just a cleaner at this place, isn't that? What's this job like?" "No, I'm actually helping put a man on the moon." They're really old jokes or really old sayings. And the fact is, they're still really true. Maybe not those stories, but the importance of purpose is really important. If you haven't read a book called Good to Great by Jim Collins, I'd really strongly suggest that you do that. Just to précise the book, he found a whole heap of companies back in the last century and looked at the ones that they were all really excellent companies. And then he looked at them over time to see the ones that stayed as good as they were and in fact got greater, or versus the ones that slowly went downhill and eventually got taken over or went, belly up or whatever. And the main difference, the one driving difference between those two businesses, the ones that kept getting better and better and better, and the ones that eventually went by the wayside, was that the first group had a purpose, had a meaning, had a cause, and that's what engaged the managers, the leaders, the employees, and the clients of those businesses. Back to my notes. If you've got a purpose and it hasn't been diluted, brilliant. If you've got a purpose and it has been diluted over time, I'm going to suggest that you revisit that and make it big and bright and bold again. Now, with both purposes, when you've got your purpose set, have you shared it with your team? But don't they have a right to know why they're getting out of bed every morning? And shouldn't they be jumping out of bed enthusiastically wanting to come to work because, there's meaning to what they do? Really important. So I would revisit that and then share it with the team and maybe mold your purpose in with the team to make an overarching, really crystal purpose, cause, reason for your practice. It's critical. Now, let's be a little bit brutally honest here now. In spite of the fact that I've been so up about purpose and meaning and cause, the fact is that most veterinary practices and most business in general actually have no purpose. They have no cause. Maybe they have a purpose, and that's to give the owner a job or to make money or set pay the team or set the owner up for retirement. That's not really, 2 cents worth of purpose really. So that doesn't count. So the answer is a resounding no. Now, as I said, you know, I shared the importance of Jim Collins' work, and I was actually listening to an interview last Friday, brand new research by the Energy Project, and they were being interviewed about purpose and cause and meaning. And so let me summarize that information now, because it is so critical. That's why I did this blog. Businesses, and that means you, because you have or are a veterinary businesses which had a clearly or have a clearly defined purpose, a clearly defined cause that was available to team members, and in which team members were, or about which team members were educated, and also which was available for clients to see and clients to understand. There's 4 factors came out of that. Number 1, the team members had 3 times the longevity in those businesses with a cause, a purpose, a meaning than team members in businesses that didn't. So in other words, if you have a cause, a meaning, a purpose, and you hire your team for that reason, and you talk to them about it on a regular basis and keep them engaged with that, your team is going to stay with you 3 times as long. 3 times as long. Point 1. Point 2, the team members in businesses with a purpose had 1.7 the amount of job satisfaction than people that worked in businesses without a purpose. And the team engagement was 1.4 times the team engagement of businesses without a purpose. Now, when you look at client retention, when you look at employee happiness and all those sorts of things, you know, team engagement is one of the biggest factors to client happiness and retaining clients. So 1.4 times the amount of team engagement. It's just a stunning figure. Now, this last one rocked my socks, absolutely rocked my socks, and I know it's going to rock yours as well. So, clients, 43% of clients were happy to pay a premium, in other words, to pay substantially more to work with a business that had a clearly defined purpose or cause. Does that make sense? Let me just say it again, it's that important. 43%, that's almost half your clients, when you have a purpose, a cause, or a meaning that's patently clear and patently obvious to those clients, are happy to pay you a lot more to come and be your client. Isn't that another really, really brilliant extra reason to go and revisit your purpose, your cause, your meaning? So that's a job for you to do now. So that's all I wanted to share. Really critical stuff. Go action it. Diederik Gelderman over and out. See you next time. Bye.